Hi, my name is Peter Brown, and today I'm going to be taking you through the Fountain of Youth presentation. I hope you enjoy. Before we begin, a forethought. The woman pictured here is 77. She doesn't look it, right? Now, looking at her, you would think she must have been lifting weights her whole life. In fact, it's quite the opposite. She only started lifting weights in her 60s. She did this with her sister because one day they looked at each other and they said, what are we doing with our lives? We're watching life go by. In the gym, they looked at each other again and they said, we're going to make the Guinness Book of Records one day. One day, the sister unfortunately passed away, and this woman pictured here fell into a deep, dark depression. So the road to success wasn't straight up for her. In fact, she fell into a deep hole. This was until one day her sister came to her in a dream and told her to get up and do what we set out to do. The rest is history. She's now the oldest bodybuilding woman in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. About me. With 7 years experience and 3 years as an owner and operator of Physique health and fitness professionals in Dubbo, I've done many continuous education courses. Metabolic Precision is the provider of my choice, and this is where most of the information has been sourced from today. I've completed my metabolic nutritionist certification, advanced nutrition, applied kinesiology, and sports nutrition specialist, just to name a few. But the most important thing is my passion is to deliver science-based information to the community, and my mission is to clear up the confusion surrounding nutrition and exercise. I believe everyone should have the knowledge to have the body shape, the health, and the energy of their dreams. Building muscle has quite often been associated with vanity and narcissism, but that's all about to change. In fact, the more and more research that occurs, the clearer the picture becomes. Muscle governs how healthily we age. But how much does muscle mass really matter? This is just a small list of the things that muscle mass influences inside our body. We know adults lose the ability to preserve and maintain muscle mass. But this sarcopenia condition that's present in everyone is a phenomenon. Underlies many conditions such as osteoporosis, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, some forms of cancer, and increased susceptibility to illness. These conditions are prevalent in Western society, and the more sedentary we become, the more muscle mass we lose and the faster we lose it. So what happens inside us now? For the academics out there, I know this is very crude, but for the everyday person, this is a really good illustration of just what happens inside our body, and it's quite simple. Protein comes into our body through our stomach. It's the only way it can come in. Enters our bloodstream and is delivered to the muscle. In the muscle, we have a compound called glutamine, and that is an immune system fuel. And our muscle, human muscle, is made up predominantly of glutamine. So this is constantly being used to fuel the immune system. If we're not regularly fed, our immune system is compromised. In fact, experts agree that if this mechanism wasn't occurring, the immune system need for the fuel is so ravenous that we would be empty within 7 hours without this process. So it's a very important process. It protects us from disease and illness. So who's at risk of losing muscle? Well, after the age of 30, the average adult can expect to lose 2.5 kilos of muscle mass every decade and replace that with 5 kilos of fat. Interestingly, the rate at which muscle loss isn't steady, so the older you get, the more you lose. Disturbingly, seemingly healthy adults over the age of 65 have comparable muscle mass loss rate to that of clinically ill patients. That's patients with HIV, some forms of cancer, etc. So clearly building or at least maintaining muscle mass becomes more and more important as we age. Disease and illness aside, here's a question for you. What do you see yourself doing as you age? Do you see yourself traveling? Do you see yourself picking up your grandchild? Do you see yourself being active? If so, you're going to need the strength to do that. By the time a person reaches the age of 40, they will have lost up to 50% of the strength they possessed in their 20s. By the age of 60, this age-related muscle loss can be as high as 70%. Losing strength and losing muscle means a loss of independence. Experts agree, starting with a higher functional capacity that's stronger, this rate of loss will be slower. You'll have more to lose, meaning when you reach older age, you'll be able to do more. So it's really something at any age you should start thinking about now. If you really, truly want to live well, muscle is where it's at. So what can we do to slow the rate of muscle loss, build it, or at least maintain it? First, I'll tell you what you don't need to do. You don't need to exercise for hours a day. You don't need to do hundreds of exercises, and you definitely don't need to make drastic changes to your diet. In fact, the smaller the better. You don't need to take expensive supplements, and you don't need to lift weights that are too heavy. In fact, a progressive approach is much better to all of these things. The first thing you can do is make moving a better habit. Start small. Do me a favour. Stand up. Now sit back down. Now tell me, did you use your hands to stand up? Whether you put your hands on the desk, hands on your thighs, hands on the chair. The first thing you can do to drastically improve the muscle mass inside your body is to work on standing and sitting unaided. Reach for objects. Move objects. Protein's not the bad guy. Lean red meats, cold water fish, poultry and legumes, they're all great sources of protein and will help you build and maintain muscle mass. They should be a staple in everyone's diet. The more meals you include these foods in, the higher likelihood of preserving muscle mass you have. Granted, for vegetarians and vegans this is going to be harder, but it's definitely not impossible. You don't need to eat animal proteins to be healthier and have more energy. You just need to eat more food. Finally, progress is number one. It doesn't matter if you're putting 20% effort in, 80% effort in, or 100% effort in. As long as you get better, that's all you can ask of yourself. Small changes build into bigger ones. Add more vegetables to your diet. Start lifting weights a couple of times a week. Eat more frequently. Three meals a day is a start, but 6 is ideal. The possibilities are really endless. Muscle mass matters. It becomes more important as we age, and you're never too old to start. Starting small is best, and a structured, intense resistance exercise program is the most effective way to build and maintain muscle mass. So if you're of able body or unable body, seeking a professional to tailor a program and teach you accordingly is the best thing you can do for preventative health care. Eating more nutritious food around those workouts and for the rest of the days in your week is the only way to effectively build and maintain muscle mass. It's really a holistic approach. You can't do one without the other. To finish off, let me just show you our community. Team Physique, where support, motivation and encouragement are number one. And I want to show you a really inspirational client of ours. Her name is Sue Harrod. She suffered a massive fall down the stairs at work, and physicians told her she would never be able to lift more than 5 kilos. She was also told she would have trouble walking unaided and would need to be in a wheelchair. Now she lifts 80 kilos from the floor and is running in this year's Dubbo Stampede, a 5-kilometre race. This woman is local in Australia and she is proving everybody wrong. Sue, you are an inspiration. Let me thank you for listening, for taking 10 minutes out of your day to learn a little bit about the Fountain of Youth. As a thank you, I'd like to offer you a free consultation, a phone call or in person. We have programs that reach all corners of the world. Whether you're local to Dubbo, in Australia, or overseas, we can help you with your goals, your habits, your motivation levels. We can find a plan that suits your budget and we can develop that plan of action to progress and get you better and get you to where you want to be. You can contact us via www.physique.com.au/contact. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and all the information that came with it. If you liked it, please share. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. And we've also got a free fat loss e-course on our website with plenty of tips, tricks and strategies to get yourself started. Until next time, bye for now.